Matty, how are you enjoying the Barossa and community camp up here?
Yeah, it's been good to be out here for a couple of days. Good to get amongst the community, and we've got Westy and Sammy Colhoun who are from here, so they've enjoyed it, and it's been good to have a couple of days off training as well.
Yeah. We're pretty close to games starting now. Is there a bit more excitement around training and just around the place?
Yeah, definitely. Everyone's excited to get stuck into it. It's been a solid pre-season, and not as long as previous ones, but definitely very intense. So I think we're coming to the part now which we're all excited about.
What differences have you noticed in this pre-season, obviously being the third year of the three-year plan?
Yeah, it's been shorter in duration, purely because of where we finished and a larger Christmas break, but it's ramped up in terms of intensity. Our numbers have been pretty good. Berjo's been telling us. So the other good part is we've had a lot of footy sessions since Christmas, so been able to do a lot of match simulation stuff, which has been enjoyable, and that's going to ramp up again in the next few weeks.
What's the main thing you're trying to get out of the pre-season games personally?
Personally, it'll be the same stuff I always work on, which is my ruck work and my marking, and there'll be a lot of work with Paddy as well, and sort of building that relationship, and then with the midfield is working as best as we can, so that by the time we hit round one, we're ready to go.
Are you more focused on what you can do up forward than what you might be in previous pre-seasons?
Yes and no. It's something I always work on. I'm looking forward to an opportunity of being able to probably spend a little bit more time up there, but it's something I'll always work really hard on.
What sort of split do you expect in the ruck between you and Paddy?
Look, whatever works best. Whatever that ends up being, it'll probably be different game to game, but I think we're both pretty keen just to see how it works and do what's best for our midfield as well.
Are you doing much differently now that you're a vice captain?
Not specifically. It's something that I feel really privileged and proud to be named vice captain of this club, but it's something probably that I'm just going to help Oki out with, and Brad, and really look to drive the standards with those guys.
Just with Paddy, how in the match simulation stuff, can you get that chemistry going already, or do you really need to get into games against other opposition to get that clicking?
It's something I think we know we're working hard on, and it'll keep evolving, and the best way to do that is in matches.
Are you excited by what you've seen so far?
With Paddy?
Yeah, with the two of you and what you might do.
Yeah, it's something we're both excited about. He's a great player, and he's got a lot of respect amongst the AFL, and I think it'll create great opportunities for the rest of the players, not just us.
Do you feel like you and Paddy are a similar type of player, or what are your sort of differences, your strengths and weaknesses?
Oh, he's got an amazing leg, so I can't say I've got that. He's established up forward, so he's got that side of it, and we're both different ruckmen, but I think we'll both add a bit to each other's games.
Has it changed the way you've trained having Paddy here, like just expecting to not play out a full game and just sort of go in bursts? Or?
Not like that. I think the benefit has been that we've been able to train against each other, which is something that is the same when you've got another opponent, like when Redo has been available. That's been handy as well, and I think it just pushes the way you train.
A lot of people are saying your team's right in the mix for the flag this year, and the time to strike is now. Is that sort of how you guys are approaching it? Do you feel like you're really ready to take that next step?
I think the way we've gone about it is knowing how hard we've got to work now, knowing what we did last year, and knowing that we have to step it up again. And Boki and Kenny are really keen on reminding us all the time is what we've got to do to keep improving. So that's all we're doing at the moment, and we know how hard we've got to keep working to get better.
Is it a big improvement you think you need to make that last step, like you're in the top 4 to get into the top 2?
Yeah, Kenny talked about if we can improve 10% in every area, then we're going to give ourselves the best possible chance. So it's probably the same as every club at the moment. You're working as hard as you can, and you're feeling good coming into games, but we're just going to have to keep working harder.
Who's really stood out to you in the pre-season? Anyone that sort of surprised you that you think could break into the 20 teams?
Tommy Cleary for me has had a great pre-season. He's really pushing hard against probably a really strong set of defenders. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he goes in the NAB Cup, and then your regular guys have been great. Ollie and Trav and Boki and Robbie have really led the way in the midfield.
Do you feel like there's a sort of almost first 22 that you finished last year with that people have to break into, or is it sort of clean slate when you start a new season like this?
I'd say it's a clean slate in that some guys have been out, and we've probably got 35 guys that are around the mark, which is what you want. The more players we can have in playing in the SNFL side that are really pushing means that the guys in the AFL have to be that little bit better.
We spoke with Justin Westhoff earlier, and he mentioned maybe moving into the middle a bit more this year. Is that something you see working effectively?
Well, Westy's one of those players that is really hard to play on. I know from training myself against him that he's really hard to match up on. So I think if he did that, he'd be really difficult to play against. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes.
Beautiful.